I'm trying to eat ice cream here. Be patient. Okay, fine.
Hi guys, I'm Alan Kaborkov from BeTheClaw.com, and this is part 2 of the Sugarloaf Wannabe series. In the previous episode, I played my Greyhound crane with the medium-sized claw from Sugarloaf, and this time I want to do 50 plays with the large claw. Before we do that, however, I want to tell you about a few issues that I ran into when installing a claw of this size into the Greyhound crane. Let's take a look. So here we go, guys. This is the large Sugarloaf claw. This is the one that you'd normally play with when you go for a larger plush in toy shops. For comparison purposes, here is the medium-sized claw. Let me see if I can give you a better angle. Yeah, it's not a huge difference, I guess, but it's definitely a little bit more. The larger claw is definitely a little bit more rounded, and it has longer tips. So it's, let me see if I can give you, yeah, you can kind of see the difference there. So the problem that I ran into with this particular claw on my Greyhound machine, due to the way the claw is designed and where these rods connect, there was a bit of a balancing issue, so that when the claw returned from grabbing the prize, when the power was cut, it didn't really open very much. There wasn't enough weight at the bottom here to pull this thing open, because these things were a little larger and heavier, and just the way the physics here worked out, it just wasn't really opening all the way. And the same problem would be when you went to grab the prize, the claw would drop with a very small opening, so any larger plush would not really fit, and it would just kind of it would just stop at this point. It didn't go all the way around. Occasionally, I mean, a lot of times, you know, the plush would force the claw to open larger, just like this, but occasionally, you know, the bottom tip here would poke the prize and cause the claw to actually close without going around the prize. So what I ended up having to do is actually replace this entire base. I had another claw, and let me show you what the original one looked like. As you can see, this one has a much smaller base here. It was much lighter, so there wasn't as much weight. And this one here is definitely a lot thicker and has a bit more weight to it. So it causes the claw to open, pulls down on this middle shaft here, and makes it open a little bit more. It's still not quite as wide as it really as I would have liked. Probably should be like this, but you can see it kind of pulls up a little bit on its own. Another thing I had to do is I added a little washer here in the middle. This washer, I think it's 5/8 of an inch or something. It limits how far this claw opens. It basically creates a little block up here at the points where the claw goes above that level of the base, and it basically restricts how far the claw can open, so that it doesn't, you know, open huge. Because this thing, you know, it had a lot of travel, so the claw would open really wide, almost. I mean, I wouldn't say flat, but you know, it was pretty wide. So I put that washer there just to kind of limit how far the claw would open, and also that washer prevents a large overbite. There's a little bit overbite here occasionally, but that washer also creates a limit to how far up it goes and gives it a decent closing point. Another thing I had to do here, I'm not sure if you can see, I added some washers here because the opening was a little large, but the claw is really thin at the tips, at the back tips. So I added some washers here to prevent the fingers from wobbling too much. Also, this Greyhound machine has, let me see if I can focus on the bolts. And the bolts here have a little sleeve that goes into the claw opening, and the opening on the claw was a little smaller than this the sleeve over the bolt, so I had to drill it out just a little bit on the claw itself. I mean, that wasn't really a huge deal. It was just a little adjustment. The biggest problem here is with the claw not opening enough, and me having to replace. And I had a spare claw that had a larger, heavier base, so I was able to just put that in, and it had the right size shaft that would fit in to the cylinder. So I lucked out in that department. So some of you may not have it. So if your claw doesn't have a heavy base like this, and if you happen to put this on, it might only open this far. There are different sizes of these connection rods available, and it's possible that replacing one of these with a shorter piece might allow the claw to open correctly. But without purchasing them and experimenting, which I haven't really gotten to yet, we won't really know. So, but as it is right now, I think it works fine. So let's do 50 plays and see how this large claw works on my Greyhound. 50 plays on the clock, and no Sugarloaf machine is complete without a Betty Boop, Sylvester, Annoying Orange, Bugs Bunny. So let's try for Betty. She has a perfect size waist for this claw, except that unless it's a perfect grab, it will slip out. On the weaker machines, she is much tougher to get. So let's see if we have any luck. It's a good grab, but it keeps slipping out. Oh, well, looks like we got her by the head, and of course she is stuck. Let's do a little shake, shake, shake. All right. Okay. What's next? Sylvester's kind of sticking out there like a sore thumb, so let's see if we have any luck. No, I guess he might be a little wedged in there, so we'll see. Let's try again. I kind of missed him entirely. Well, this might be a little better. Maybe. Yep. As long as we have a clamp around his head, we are good. Let's see if he'll... Once again, he's blocking our prize shoot. Let's see if we can... I mean, technically it's a win, but I'm gonna see if I can get him out in a more legitimate fashion. He shouldn't be too difficult, I think. All right, I think that should be it. Of course, he's stuck a little bit. Come on. All right. Okay, let me clean out the prize chute here. Okay, moving along. I think I'm gonna try for that pink whatever the heck that is. I think it might be a hippo, but I'm really not sure. He is pretty light and very soft, so I should be able to get a good grab around him. He never gives me any trouble. Just watch, he'll be a pain. Come on. Yeah, as you can see, the claw strength should be very, very close to the Sugarloaf cranes. I mean, unless you have a good clamp around the whole thing, there's no way it's coming out. I mean, that's true of most cranes, but Sugarloaf specifically, since they don't, at least to my knowledge, the cranes aren't rigged necessarily, but the claws are kind of weak, and you basically have to know whether the claw is going to be able to grab around the prize entirely. Okay, I'm going to aim for his butt, since his head is giving me some trouble. I think this might be possibly... yeah, I think we got him. Alright. Okay, now there's this colorful bear in the back. I want to see if I can get him, although I just missed him entirely. He is a little too far in the corner, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have much luck, but I think I'll try again. Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping for, that if just tipping him over might help. And now the claws seem to have malfunctioned as well. Come on. Okay. Yeah, that's a good grab right there. So, yep, we got him. Ah! Maybe not. It was a good grab, but not a perfect grab. He's a bit of a... He's kind of large, but there's a good clamp. I think we got him. Yeah, I won him from a Sugarloaf machine too. He gave me a little trouble there as well, but a good clamp was all it needed. Let's try for bugs. They should be easy, but yeah, those are the easier things to win from Sugarloafs. But as long as you can get the claw between his legs and around his sides, then it's pretty much guaranteed. Let's see if we can get that white bear nice and fluffy. He should be easy, but there's something about him that makes him challenging for whatever reason. I mean, he's not, I wouldn't say that he's terribly heavy or anything, but he always gives me trouble. Come on, come on, up! Yeah, I'm not sure if I should keep trying for this guy or... I may have to let him go for now, but let's see if we can well, that might be. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, just stay! Ah! Barely. Jeez. Let's try for the annoying orange. Those can be very... I mean, you have to grab it absolutely perfectly center, otherwise it'll fall out, so... It's better to grab them when there's standing, you know, the right side up, sort of. But also that makes it a little harder to get a complete clamp around them. If you grab them when it's laying sideways, it's very easy for it to fall out because there's really nothing holding them in place. Any movement will just cause them to roll out. But I managed to win 4 of these from a rigged machine, and I'll probably show that in one of the upcoming videos. There was definitely interesting wins with these oranges. There's something that keeps getting in the way. And I just love how realistic it feels. Very, very much like a Sugarloaf machine. I've tried winning. These oranges didn't come from Sugarloaf. I've tried winning oranges from the Sugarloaf machine, and it was basically doing pretty much the same thing as going around the thing and pretending like it's too heavy, and just the claw would kept slipping around the orange. So unless the claw can close entirely under the orange, it's not happening. This bear might be anything that's kind of small. It's falls out very easily from the claw, so I have to kind of pinch it somewhere. Let's see if I can get that white bear with hearts. I have a lot of Valentine themed plush in here. This guy, yeah, I'm not gonna count on it. He is a little heavy. So is Alex from Madagascar, and this black dog that's right in the front. They're all pretty heavy, so I may end up wasting a lot of plays trying to get them out. So I think I'm gonna go back to the oranges shortly. See if I can get that bear out. Maybe, stay, come on. Ah, jeez. Well, let's see if I can grab him. Should be, you would think that'd be easier than this, but for whatever reason, these smaller things are a bit of a pain, but that should be a good grab. Yeah, there we go. Finally. Alright, yeah, let's go back to the oranges, I think. I need to get at least one of these. Of course, that cheetah's face gets in the way, so I'm not really gonna get a good clamp around this guy. Okay, well, that was just stupid, okay? I admit. Sometimes I do stupid things, so I was kind of aiming for the orange, but missed him completely. Okay, maybe we got a clamp here. Yep. Alright. Stay. Alright. Okay, let's see. Now we may be able to try for that. Stab. Let's try one more time. Stab. Okay, something tells me that I should probably not try to win that guy. That bear with wings. Angel bear, whatever that is. Another stab. Okay, I think that's enough. Should I try for the orange? He's really the only one that... come on. Okay, forget it. Forget it. Let's go for the orange again. Maybe just move the claw. Well, that might possibly... jeez. No, I guess not. Only a few plays left. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Now that cheetah is in the way. Alright, maybe... one more. Last play. Come on. Ah. Ooh, ooh. Nope. Oh well. Prizes for the day are Betty Boop, Valentine, Sylvester, and Bugs. Two small Valentine bears, one Christmas bear, and one pink hippo, and an annoying orange.
Well, I would have liked to win a lot more than I did, but considering that I'm trying to keep the claw strength as close as possible to the actual Sugarloaf machine, I think I did pretty well. Also, keep in mind that this is an up and across machine, so I don't have quite as much flexibility as I would with a joystick. Before I let you go, I want to give a big shout out to Robbie, the king of claws. He did a nice promotional video for BeTheClaw.com as well as my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. Here's his video right here, and you can also check out his channel, The King of Claws. Thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.